But tonight, I need to introduce you first as our fearless leader and our leader with a heart of gold. For those who don't know who this prestigious person is with an illustrious track record, let me just let you in on his MLM career. Mr. Ramin Meskalu, our CEO, built 4 multi-million-dollar MLM businesses as a distributor from 1990 to 2003. He founded MLM's most advanced MLM university, the Forensic Networker, in 1999. He founded MLM's premier and most prestigious MLM company in 2005. Voted world's top MLM compensation plan expert in 2010. Featured in Networking Times as Master Networker in 2011. Featured on the cover of American Business Journal with Warren Buffett in 2013. Voted world's #2 all-time MLMer, businessforhome.org in 2014. Nominated for Ernst & Young Entrepreneur of the Year in 2015. Voted in MLM's first inductee Hall of Fame with Paul Zane Pilsner and like 2016. His company ranked top momentum company in MLM in the pandemic, according to the BFH in 2020. He was voted top networker again by BFH in 2020. And we would think that he was born with some special talents. No, he was not. We all start at the same place, but some of us decide not to stay there. So keep evolving. That is our CEO with a heart of gold, ladies and gentlemen. And sir, by all means, take it away.
Thank you so much. I want to apologize for being late. I don't think I've ever done that. First of all, we have a new hostess. So who are we? Tell me how long you've been in the business and where are you from?
I am from Trinidad and Tobago originally, lived in Canada as well as a lot of other places. I am a lifestyle advisor and I've only been in the business a year and 2 months, but I am trying my very best and growing every day.
Good for you. Well, I want to congratulate you for doing what you're doing. And I'm being host right now. That means you're part of the QT program. I want to know from the group, who was at the Freedom Conference? Who was there? Put your hand up. Let's see.
Oh,
and
Renee's hand is up.
All right, put your hands up. Whoever was at the Freedom Conference, put your hand up.
Oh, Shamila.
Because here's what I want you to do. I want you to share with us tonight, because we haven't done forensic in such a long time. And that was like an intro forensic. It was like only like 4 hours or so, because forensic is like 3, 4 days, 12-hour days. So I want you to tell me, what was it of the weekend that sat with you? So I'll let you collect your thoughts, and I want you to share with me from forensic, what was it that really, that was your awakening, that was your light bulb that you say, you know what, I get it now. I'll let you think about that. If you're part of, on the forensic day, I want you to write down what was it that all the points, maybe refer back to notes, all the points that really resonated with you. In the meantime, while you're doing that, I'm going to tell you a story. I don't know if you guys saw my Forensic Networker mantra that I did a few days ago. If you haven't, you're not following the forensic channels. So while you're at it, I want you to go to YouTube, Forensic Networker, subscribe. And so when I put videos up, because on Tuesdays, these videos go there, then you can go listen, comment, like, share. Let's get the word out. Also, Forensic Networker on Instagram. Go there. That's where all the mantras go. Also, Forensic Networker Nation on Facebook. So you want to make sure you follow these channels, because those are your daily motivation. Those, say, weekly dose of motivation with these mantras. It's coming out. So I just did a mantra, and the reason I did this mantra, somebody in one of our calls, because I have a lot of students overseas, not popular. It's just a forensic, because I've done forensic for 23 years. And somebody said, you know, um, not too many people, get wealthy in MLM. So it was one of those guys that didn't understand what MLM is. So my response to him was this way. He said, "Yeah, not too many people get rich, doing MLM." I said, "True, but nobody doing your job gets rich. Period." So nobody gets period. So in life, we're about the odds. What gives you the best odds? MLM has created more millionaires than any other form of distribution in history in the last 80 years. So it's still the best. So although, yeah, not too many people get wealthy in MLM, but nobody gets rich doing your job. So I'll take my odds, right? So these are things, because these are the type of comments, silly comments that you'll get. Usually the person that's trying to bring you down, they don't have a solution. They don't have a better way. They just got to complain. They're just becoming sunblocks. They just want to slow you down for many reasons. Some of them want to slow you down because they're negative. Some of them they want you to slow you down because they don't want to see you evolve. You're moving away, moving forward. They don't want to move forward, but they see you moving forward. It's funny. It's like they don't want to do anything about themselves, but they don't want you to also do anything. So somebody go to the Forensic Networker. I actually want you to read that mantra and put the link in the chat group. You can go to any Forensic Networker channel. On Instagram, it's Forensic Networker. In Facebook, Forensic Networker Nation. So remember this. The people that will tell you, like this guy, well, not that many people get rich in MLM. True, but nobody gets rich doing your job. I'll take my odds. I'll take the better odds. At least here, there is a chance. There is a light at the end of the tunnel. There is no chance in a job. The job thing's been going on for thousands of years. It's usually the masters that get rich, the self-employed people. What is MLM? It's self-employment. Self-employment. All right. So we have some hands up. And by the way, Paul, you congratulations for putting your hands up. You speaking on a call like this, and this is like home anyways, this is family, so this is a safe area. It's evolving. You becoming better, taking that next step, making a better version of yourself, moving forward. I know you're nervous, tired, share, whatever. Don't. We in MLM is about evolving, right? Becoming more than what you are. All right, let's go to our first speaker. I want to know, what was it that we spent 4 hours together on Forensic? I want you to tell me. We talked a lot of things. What was it that, what points go through those? What points resonate with you? It's like, you know what? Remy was talking to me. So who's first? Let's see. We got Michael. No, Michael, yeah. Renee, we got Renee's got his hands up. Karen Henry, Marva. Renee, why don't you lead us up?
Hello, good evening, Ramin. It's Renee here.
How are you doing?
Hello,
How are you, Renee?
I'm really good. You know what? It's been a great weekend, and it's been really busy actually since the conference. We have a lot of new LAPs getting launched, of course, and the Asia market is just so excited, of course, about the new brand partner Build Assist. For me, it's to answer the question. For me, even after being at your forensic seminar now about 16 years in a row. I'm always, it's such a great reminder and motivator. That's number one. Because sometimes, even though I'm being forensic, and I just realize that anytime anyone has a struggle in their business and they come to me, that they're, Renee, how would you get around this? Or, what should I do? I'm kind of inactive, I want to make more money and I want to change my life. What should I do? Where should I start? It's nice to be able to say that the simple answer is be forensic, get on your boss box and be the forensic networker. Because I find that leads to everything else, having that system, knowing you to do those dialings per day, right? 100, dialings for a full-time person, of course, to get 2 to 3 or 40 to get one. What it really does is that it starts the brain to think, okay, well, to do 100 calls or to do 40 calls, well, who am I calling? Okay, well, I got to have prospects. So, well, where am I going to prospect? Well, I have to go back to my list. And, well, what do I put on my list? Well, I got to go back to my memory jogger. So I love the fact that everything starts from the boss box. And again, we have everything that you need to know on how to do those dialings, of course, in the prosperity book, The Perfect Launch. And so we just have the perfect system. And it just really dawned on me again and again, time and time over and over again, that the one solution to everyone's wishes and dreams to have financial freedom is the boss box. It is the forensic system. So that for me again was a huge reminder again, yet again and again about that. So it's great to just to be able to have that and be able to share with our teams to really help them get to where they want to be. So again, thank you for your amazing time. I know that you actually came on last minute request to help us, do the Friends Networker. We knew that would be a huge hit. And again, we really appreciate you being there, CEO Remy. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Renee. Yeah, it was nice doing this. I wrote the book, 23 years ago. And every time we do one, it's fresh as the first time. Look, at the end of the day, as human beings, our mind, the way it works is that we get distracted very easily because we're always focusing on what's in front of us and not what's really important, right? What's in front of us could be anything, right? So we all almost need a boss looking over our shoulder. In your job, if somebody hired you and said you don't have a boss and just do this, well, you may do it for a little while, but eventually you're going to slip, right? Because there's no one looking over your shoulders. So that's why jobs generally work to keep people disciplined, because there's always a boss that's looking over your shoulder. If you don't do your job, you get reprimanded, you lose your job, whatever the case is. So how do we create that? Same people who have jobs and they do a good job at their jobs, and that doesn't give you a future, and it's very limited in its opportunities, right? But they still do a good job at their job, but the same people struggle being self-employed because they don't have a boss looking over their shoulder. So for me also, when I was on the field, I was 14 years, 12 years was full time. I needed that box to keep me accountable. I need something visual, something that was strictly work, not my phone, not my computer, not my list, not my notebook. The box only serves one purpose, the MLM work, the business work. And that became like my boss box, where I couldn't leave the house without dealing with that box first. That's what Renee's talking about. Here's a guy who's a multi-million-dollar earner in this industry, and he's telling you that even for him, it doesn't, we're all human beings, right? We really need that accountability. It's even harder for him. Let me tell you why, because he's got a massive team. So he's always busy. He's always busy because he's maintaining, his organization. He's maintaining his organization. So yet he needs a box, because without the box, what happens is you're going to burn through your entire day and maybe miss some very important things because you're always busy. So it's really important that everybody has now. If you're part-time, you need this, because it doesn't matter if you're part-time, you're full-time, like Renee, it doesn't matter. Everybody is busy during the 24 hours. If you're not sleeping, for Renee, he's talking to 500 people. And for someone else, it may be, they go to work for 8 hours. After that, they do some stuff with their kids. After that, they watch some TV. After that, whatever, they play golf, whatever. Everyone burns through 24 hours, right? Nobody sits there 24 hours and say, well, I wish I had something to do. Everyone develops an MO. So it's really, really important to have your MO box for forensic, for opulence, because without it, you'll end up doing what was the force of habit, what you've been doing until now. And what you've been doing until now is not conducive to evolve you, make you better, take you to the next level, get you to the next target, move your life, right? How you are brought you to where you are. That was a topic on the weekend. How you are brought you to where you are. So if you want that to evolve, to change, then you have to evolve. The Boss Box does that, because the only Boss Box basically mandates you have to attend to it whenever those days are. And what's in those box, it only evolves you and your business and your life. So it's all good. Without it, though, I guess you have a lot to do anyways, right? It doesn't matter. I know people, who had multiple jobs in my 30 somewhat years in this industry. They have multiple jobs and they would still go build an MLM business. And I know people who didn't have a job at all, like retired or welfare, whatever the case is, but yet, well, I'm too busy. Everyone's busy, right? Everyone's busy because they have developed a habit. How are they going to spend their 24 hours? The question we have is, okay, I've spent my current habit of my 24 hours have brought me to where I am now. Obviously, that's not perfect. That's why I launched my mall, became an operator with Opulence, because I want to change something. Great, you've launched it, but now you need a new MO, method of operation. The Boss Box gives you that. It takes you all your normal routine that's not conducive to evolve you. The Boss Box does that, right? Anyway, that's why it's really, really important. Get it, go to the back office, get it. Before, by the way, it was really hard to get the Boss Box, because in order to get that, you had to go to the 3-day forensic seminars or 2-day forensic seminars. And it was like $500 or $549 or whatever it was for the seminar. It was at the convention. And then you get the box for free. So since I don't do those seminars anymore, you can get it now. I think it was like $149 before. You can get it now for, I think it's like $99. We had it on promotion for $49.95 for the weekend. So you guys are getting really a $600 package for $50. All right. Thank you, Renee, for that. Who's next?
We have Verlin on. She sent a message because she has no mic, so I will read it for her. Definitely that I need to do the serious work to get to being at least a part-timer and lose those distractions that take me to some timer mode. Yeah. And that gentle reminder to pay attention to my Boss Box. Ramin, since I've started using the box, there's nothing else that keeps me accountable like the box. I thought I needed my planner, love planners, but that Boss Box is a genius. That's the end of her answer.
So the problem with the planners are, and I know people use it in business, it may work in other types of businesses, but not in sales. In sales, you need something like a Boss Box, because what happens is, first of all, these leads, especially in MLM, the leads you have, we used to say, keep your list of prospects in a safe, a copy of it, because you've been working on this list for years and years. Planners get lost, phones get changed, computers get changed, software crashes, all this stuff. But the box stays with you forever. I still got my box from 1999 on my desk. So these boxes are amazing. And it only serves one purpose. Trust me, nothing else works. If we work, I'll tell you to do it. 35 years I've been doing this. 2/3 of my life I've been doing this. Telling you, nothing else works like it. Well done, Verlin. Let's go. Well, let's go, Caribbean. Listen,
okay,
you guys.
We have Bella. You can unmute your mic, Bella.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Hi, Ramin. I loved the weekend. And what I did today was I prepared for the life I want to live. I reread my prosperity book, and I found that after 7 months, things have really changed. So I think it's really good to get back to that prosperity book and see, how you've developed, and, things are clearer, things are, not as, they're much more serious. I have much more serious goals. So I'm excited about that. The big thing for me from the weekend was that it's not the vehicle, it's the driver. So that was really positive for me. And I know that if I don't have a constant list going, I don't have a business. And I need that list to know where I start every day. So I could just pick up and go without saying, what am I going to do today? And I agree with Renee, and I agree with you, is that Emma box is such a motivator. And I haven't taken it from my office desk to my kitchen counter, but I think I might. I loved your story about when you bought your luxury car, and you're gonna go jump into it, and you got into the car, you put your hands on the wheel, and you said, "Oh, wait a minute, I didn't phone my people yet." And that was just so positive for you to go back. You were so successful at that time, but you just didn't let down your guard. Um, I loved it. Do you have any more of your books left?
So the way, so you know what, I've been really bad about this because I've been promising for years to write, mass produce the book. What I've done 7 or 8 versions of forensic over the last 20 somewhat years. It was a workbook, and it's jam packed, like over 100 and some more pages, and it's big pages. But I've made a promise that I'm going to actually start it recently to update it, and I'm going to mass produce it because everyone's asking for it, not just opulence people. Everyone's asking for it. Look, at the end of the day, guys, the risks are too high to be stagnant. That would be my biggest fear in life. You know, every moment of the day, I'm thinking there is a part of the business that we need to move and help and evolve, and you know, to go through a full day and don't do anything, you're not getting that day back, right? You're not getting that day back. It's so, and the thing about the boss box is, even when you think that way, and people sometimes get motivated, it's okay, I need to do something, but they don't know what to do because they don't have an MO, method of operation. They don't know what to do. They're kind of confused. And as forensic, it says, when confusion sets in, inactivity starts. When you have these moments that, you know what, I'm going to, okay, that's it. I'm not going to burn through another day. I'm going to do something. Boom, right to your boss box. You open it. It tells you exactly what you need to do. It tells you where you last left it. You know, could have been a week, 2 week, month ago, 6 months ago. It tells you what you missed. You need to go back, catch up. You have no confusion. It takes away the confusion. And that's the best thing about, and that's the most important thing, because when you're confused, you're inactive. So the boss box takes away the confusion. It's very clear. You know, when you decide to do it, you open it, boom, smile and dial, you're back on it. It's like right on the racetrack. Without it, you sit there pondering, okay, where do I start? Because you're kind of demotivated. You're out of it now. You know, you don't know who to call. Your prospects that you had, you never followed up with them. You're forgetting who they are. Where's their phone numbers? You know, when was the last time? What did they say? While you're going through all this process, you get cooked in the squat. You never get to get up. But with the MO box, even if you go through all of that, you open it, boom, first name, second name, third name, fourth name, and you go to day. Now you got to catch up because now you start to small 50, 60, 100 calls, you know, to try to catch up to that. But at least it sets you in the right path immediately. Without it, forget it. Forget it. You'll never get going. So again, I'm glad you were there, Bella. This was only the intro. I'm going to make a point that we'll do a 2-3 day forensic. I can tell you, you come to a 2-3 day forensic, you'll change for a lifetime. I mean, forensic students will tell you that, you know, even if whether we do this business or not, we have lots of students who are no longer here, but, you know, they still tell me forensic is what helped them build whatever business they were building, MLM or otherwise. Anyways, I'm glad you were there. Good to have you guys with a fantastic group there. All right, who's next?
Next, we have Layla. Layla, you can go ahead and unmute your mic. Layla. Okay, we're moving along. Let me see who is next. Oh, we have lots of
Layla,
hands.
you may have to unmute yourself.
Okay, we're moving on to Shamila. Shamila, you can go ahead and unmute your mic.
what I learned on the Freedom Conference is that my success is based on my team success. I don't have to think about myself. I have to think about my team, work well with my team. Once my team is successful, I'll also be successful. And also when you said that life doesn't give you what you expect, life gives you what you accept. So if I accept to stay where I am, that's what I'll get. But if I don't want to stay where I want, life will give me what I'm looking for.
Shamila, repeat that again. That's a very important concept of forensic. Repeat it again.
Life doesn't give you what you expect. Life gives you what you accept.
That's right. That's right. Just imagine you have children, right? And you expect, your children to do certain things right. You expect it, but do they do it? No. But if you don't accept it anymore, then the kids will correct themselves. So it's not what you're expecting, because expectations are often not met. It's what you accept. If you accept for you not to be mediocre, or your team to be mediocre, or your children not to, if you accept them not doing right, guess what? They're not changing. You're not getting what you want. Absolutely right. Well done, Shamila. One of the most important concepts of forensic. Next.
Hi, it's Daria.
Hi, Daria.
Again. And my takeaway from the weekend, thank you, Ramin, and to the most amazing Shanaz. My takeaway from forensic on the first day was get into your mind and get into a paradigm shift. Get out of yourself and get into the opportunities and the products. And certainly my takeaway, you kicked me in the ASS, 40 equals 1, get the box, put it on your kitchen counter, get out of your head, get into reality, and start working it every single day. So my challenge to my twin, put the box by your espresso maker and make it work. And Ramin, your forensic, I am still, today's what, Tuesday? I am vibrating and my mind is going in every direction. Every person I have spoken with since I left Toronto on the plane to Edmonton to where I am now, they say, oh, Daria, you look great. I just talk about FOL, the product, and I want to tell you I'm so grateful and so appreciative for the amazing, amazing forensic training you gave me and everybody else, but me particularly, because it really resonated with me. And I want to thank you. And my takeaway, the box is by my espresso maker. And when I wake up at 4:45, I look at it and I say, get going. So thank you. An amazing company, amazing products. And for everyone that was at the conference, absolutely phenomenal. And again, for me, it's a paradigm shift in my brain because we stay.
Daria, before I let you go, what's your suggestion or advice for people that missed the conference, whether it was online or in person?
My suggestion to anyone that missed it, they need to follow up with your forensic YouTube videos and anything that has been captured on WhatsApp. All of us need to engage with it, and we need to share it. And I know that, Bella and I met with Dr. Henry. We had amazing conversations. We had amazing conversations with.
Oh, sorry.
Daria, you are muted.
Daria? Yeah, she disappeared. 1 second. Let me see if I get her back. Daria.
Okay, here I am. You know what?
There you are. Okay.
Okay, so the takeaway is from the conference, anyone that wasn't there, anyone that is very, very serious about this business, they need to stay engaged with all of the posts. All of Renee and Dr. Henry have been amazing with posting and sharing. And if we all believe in the product, which I believe we do, we need to elevate ourselves and we need to do a paradigm shift. And we need to get out of our brains into our hearts, and we need to help people with these products. And anyone that missed the conference, I'm so sorry you weren't there, because it has completely changed my life. It changed my life. It's changed my brain. It has changed the way I'm thinking. It has actually changed my DNA. And it's only Tuesday.
Don't miss conferences, I'm telling you. You know, you hear it, you cannot get it afterwards. You just have to be, you got to get the vibration, get in full detail. The fact of the matter is, you only retain 15% of the first hour, 3% of the second hour, and that means you're going to lose 97%. So whoever you say, well, tell me what happened. Well, they only retain 3% of what happened. They can't actually tell you what happened. You got to be there and take notes. Thanks,
100%.
Daria.
100%. Next time there's a conference, everybody that is serious about this business needs to be there. And Ramin and Shanaz, amazing presentations. And to the billion.
To the billion. Thank you, Daria. Who's next?
Next, we have our LD2, Maria Baptiste. Maria, you can go ahead and unmute your mic. Maria, you have your hand up. You can unmute your mic, please.
Could you hear me now?
Yes, we can.
Yes, we can.
Fantastic. A pleasant good evening to everyone, our Opulence Global family, of course, our CEO, one and only, the best of the best, Mr. Ramin Mesgalo. Thank you so much for the weekend conference. You know, I remain a student. I've been actually the forensic since I started. I have never stopped. I've took all the courses, and to me, that memo box is transformation.
Yeah.
As a student and as an athlete, I am very disciplined. So to me, not having a list, you don't have no inventory, you have nothing to work with. So over the years, I always worked on all my lists. I just finished with July and August, all these networking events all across Ontario. And these are the list I'm working on right now. And I have actually 4 memo box. I have 4 boss box, because every person that I talk with, I put all the main information on it. I go through the weekly activities tracking. I have to, even sometimes you get caught up of doing many things, as a CEO will say, but every time when you get up, the box is staring at you. Right now, I'm looking at my 4 box while I'm talking to you. And even today, I went through, I made a couple of calls today, book appointment. I have 3 appointments tomorrow. I have 4 on Friday, and I kept going again. So to me, without the box, you're not going anywhere. You're not evolving. Because you see, when life get to you, you get caught up and you say, oh, I'm not doing anything. You're not motivated. And people come, like my friends, and then will call and say, Maria, what do I need to know? I said, the only thing to get you back is you got to get your box and have your list. That's the only way, and keep on calling. So I appreciate again for all what you share with us, of course, Mr. Raymond. And I think the most important thing is your forensic weekly activity tracking every day. That box from 40 to 1, and the full time is 100. So I realize it's all about numbers, is law of averages. We got to continue calling until, because even though you call, I set a goal today and I make about 40 calls. Out of the 40 calls, I got through it about 20 people. So tomorrow morning, I have my goal. I'll spend about 3 hours and I'll go through about 50 calls. That's my goal, to go through, to meet as many people as I can. And I continue doing it. It's all about persistency and consistency, no matter what. So I think the box is very, very important. It's transformation. But if we're not doing it on a consistent basis, we get caught up in the world. So I thank you so much for that. Again, consistency, letting us know without the memo box, we're not evolving, we're not going anywhere. So I thank you every day so much. This is transformation in my life, and I'll continue until I reach to the presidency. Thank you so much, Mr. Ramirez Gallo. Back to you.
Thank you, LD2 Maria. Wonderful, great advice. Who's next?
Next, we have Jazz, Marco. Jazz, you can go ahead and unmute your mic.
Hi, Jazz.
Good evening. Good evening. Hi, Ramin. I always have something to say. As you notice, I'm new, about 3 weeks, but I agree with you. It's the daily method of operation that I've learned from the conference, and we have to have discipline. I don't know if I was able to follow it day to day, but right now I have a couple of friends who are sick, so I go directly to them, bring them a bottle, and let them have it, and they get back to me. I'm sure of that, but I do follow up. But for me, the most important thing is the box, because it measures your production for the day. Any business you run, at the end of the day, it's always production.
So
How much
scorekeeper.
did you do today? Did you do more than yesterday? Because it's the one that challenges yourself. Like in this independent business, you don't have a boss, like you said, but the way I look at it is different. I may not have a boss, but all of my customers are my bosses. So I have to take good care of them, follow up, and the like and trust for me is simply your emotional quotient. Understanding the feelings of other people. And that has always been our mantra since my husband started a business. We are in the service business for 43 years. And I continue as he passed on. But I've learned a lot. And what I have learned from him, I'm applying to this business that I have now. And the difference is that I believe in the product. I believe in the product, and it's just a blessing that you have introduced and created this fountain of life and the microsilver and the rest of the products. Well, I thank you so much.
Thank you, Jess. It's good to have you speak, because this was all about, right? Coming out of his shell and becoming vocal and letting people know how you feel. And when you do that, some people will follow you. Next thing you know, you got a great organization. That's what it is, by coming out and telling the world how you feel. So we welcome that. Who's next?
Sandra Bedad.
Sandra,
you can
how
go
are
ahead
you?
and unmute your mic.
Hello, good evening. Could you hear me?
Yes,
Yes,
we can.
Yay, bonsoir everyone. Okay, so I'm speaking, getting out of my box, my zone, little comfortable here. There's actually, I want to say everything that everybody said so far. I totally support that. I put my hand down because I did not want to repeat all that, but I get it. I support that. I made a lot of photocopies of the Forensic Weekly Activity Tracking Sheet today. I met 2 people today, but I did 2 things came to me. So I rose my hand back up, and sorry for that. The first thing is, at the first part of the training, you talked about foundation, and I just saw that I highlighted one big thing that I'm usually really good at that. I don't know what happened to me, but the first note was become better at customer service.
Yeah.
So that's huge. It's very important. I did do follow-ups today. That's all part of it. It starts with that. Then you keep on going. The next thing was you asked a question. Who do I need to become to make $10,000 a month? And it was about evolving. So I turned around and asked myself the question, how will I be evolving? How will I be different than I am today? So you talked about becoming strong leader and trainer. So following the hosting, I wish that for you as well, Liz. We're gonna go to leader and train. Lots to learn. Slow steps, surely, but safely. I want to learn everything, the nitty-gritty. And you said we're ahead of, the company is ahead of times. And that is so true. Yesterday was a recuperation day. I read all day about fluoride, the next pandemic coming. You're so right. So we need to get out there and speak so loud about this. People need to know the truth. And that's what you gave us. You gave us the truth. Thank you so much, Ramin. Thank you.
Thank you, Sandra. I love it that you're on here speaking. You've been with us for a while. Yeah, the question always people ask, okay, what do I have to do to make money, to get wealthy, make 10,000 a month? The question always is the wrong question. It's not what you have to do well, make 10,000 a month or get wealthy. It's who you have to become. So the question has to be, who do I need to become to make 10,000 a month? Not what I have to do. Because how you are, the person that you are, you don't make 10,000 a month. So that means you have to become more. Of course, in this company through Forensic, we give you all the things you need to do. So absolutely fantastic point, Sandra. All right, we're running out of time. Who's next?
Next is Dalton. I'm not sure if it was a mistake, but his hand is raised. Dalton, you can go ahead and unmute your mic. No,
We can go to Karen.
We can hear you. Dalton? Okay. Well, next we're going to Karen next. Karen Henry, you can go ahead and unmute your mic.
Well, hello, everyone. Good evening. What an amazing conference. I had the actual honor of being, I think it was the first forensic in Niagara. Was it, Ramin? Was that our first one?
2008.
Yes. And I'm telling you, this one was a little shorter, but I'll tell you, as impactful and as transformative and as fresh as the first time I was there. So it was, and you know, the thing that I love most, and of course I'm dittoing to everybody else on the call, there was so much to take in. There was so much inspiration everywhere, the energy, the connection with people, the camaraderie, the fun, the dancing, but you know, I know we're talking about forensic right now and getting down to the nitty gritty. And I saw my team members literally get it right in front of me. And the drive home with my sister, who has been with me since 2008, it has completely transformed her. She's probably got, you know, a mill or something in her business sitting there waiting for her. And she woke up. And we have been talking and strategizing and thinking and just having a blast all the way home. So I just want to thank you, Ramin. It's always, always amazing. And there was a lot of takeaways, but the thing that was most exciting to me was the transformation in my team and the people there. You just can't put a price on that. It's a game changer and it's a life changer. So thank you. Whoever gets trained with this kind of one-on-one with the CEO of a company that has built multi-million-dollar organizations and is giving us this on a silver platter, I just can't thank you enough.
Thank you, Karen. Appreciate it. It was a really fun, informative weekend. Look forward to many more. All right, we're out of time. And the last thing I want to say, everybody, make sure you follow Forensic channels. Go to the YouTube right now. Subscribe. This call will also end up there. Go to Forensic Networker Nation on Facebook, Forensic Networker on Instagram. Follow me. I put stuff out there called Forensic Mantra. That's what you need to take you through the week. With that, to Fearless Hostess, take us home.